Today, we are not learning a feature, we are learning a failure mode. Variable anti-patterns are not syntax errors. Terraform accepts them. The danger is quieter. They distort how meaning flows through the graph. And once meaning is distorted, Terraform can still succeed while your infrastructure quietly drifts. This lesson is about recognizing those distortions. A variable is not a container. It does not store state. It does not remember intent. A variable is a named requirement. It is a question Terraform asks to the configuration. What value satisfies this name at this moment in the graph? Anti-patterns begin when we forget that variables are questions, not answers. The first anti-pattern is subtle. We declare a variable, but we already know its value. We are not asking a question. We are pretending flexibility exists when it does not. This weakens the graph. Terraform sees no uncertainty here. The variable name adds no information. We have created a static point in a system meant for flow. If this value never changes, it should not be a variable. It should be a local value. By calling it a variable, we invite others to try and change something we have already decided is fixed. Downstream resources believe this value might vary, but the graph never actually allows it. The cost is not technical failure. The cost is misleading meaning. The second anti-pattern is using variables to pass values between things Terraform already understands. This usually comes from imperative habits, a belief that values must be handed around manually. But Terraform already builds relationships. When we replace relationships with variables, we erase dependency signals. Terraform cannot see where this value comes from. It sees a string, nothing more. If this ID originates from another resource, the relationship is invisible. The graph loses an edge. Terraform now relies on timing, not structure. That is not an error, that is fragility. The third anti-pattern is assuming meaning from names. A variable called password, a variable called secret. Names do not change behavior. Terraform does not infer intent from English, only from metadata. Terraform treats this as clear text. Because the sensitive flag is missing, the security is purely cosmetic. The graph sees a string, not a secret. It will appear in plans. It will appear in state. It will flow freely through outputs. The name suggests danger. Terraform sees none. Security assumptions that exist only in human language are not assumptions at all. The final anti-pattern is using variables to compress structure, large maps, generic objects, single inputs that control many behaviors. This reduces readability. More importantly, it removes Terraform's ability to reason about change. Structure matters. Terraform sees opaque strings. It cannot infer intent. It cannot warn about partial changes. A small edit can have wide impact. The graph still exists, but its shape is hidden, quiet, predictable, hard to audit. Every variable anti-pattern shares the same root cause. We are optimizing for convenience. Terraform is optimized for clarity. Variables should expose uncertainty. References should expose relationships. When variables hide either, the graph weakens. Terraform still runs, but it understands less.